friends, in this video we are going to see what are the different motions of our Earth. It will be presented by me, Vivekanandan Seladurai. And the topics to be covered in this video are rotation and revolution of Earth, vernal and autumnal equinox, summer and winter solstice, apparent movement of the Sun. Let us discuss these topics in detail. Motions of the Earth are of two types, rotation and revolution. Rotation is the turning around of the Earth on its own axis, whereas revolution is the movement of the Earth around the Sun on its elliptical orbit. So, in rotation, around its own axis, that is the axis which passes through North Pole, Center and South Pole, which is slightly inclined at an angle of 23.5 degree. With the help of this axis, Earth rotates from west to east. So, Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation, and it takes 365.25 days to complete one revolution. So, on the whole, for every 4 years, there will be addition of 1 day, which is considered as a leap year. So, on that leap year, Earth takes 365 days to complete one revolution. And the rotation passes day and night, whereas revolution, along with its inclination of Earth on its axis, passes change in season, which will be explained in detail. So, the rotation causes days and night, right? During rotation, only one side of the Earth is always visible to the direct rays of sunlight. So, the side which faces the direct rays of sunlight experiences a daytime, and the side which is exactly opposite to the direct rays of sunlight experiences nighttime. So, the rotation of the Earth from west to east causes changes in daytime and nighttime. Revolution. In revolution, the Earth is going around the Sun in an elliptical orbit. So, with Sun at the center, the Earth is revolving around the Sun in an elliptical orbit. It usually takes 365 days to complete one revolution, which is considered as 1 year. Note that throughout its orbit, the Earth is inclined in the same direction. We know that the axis of the Earth is inclined at an angle of 23.5 degree, and during all the position on different periods, the inclination is in the same direction. So, just make a note of it. A year is usually divided into summer, winter, spring and autumn seasons. So, during the different position of our Earth in the elliptical orbit, the seasons are basically divided into 4 types: summer, winter, spring and autumn. These seasonal changes are caused due to the change in the position of the Earth around the Sun. Let us see how the position of the Earth determines the season on our Earth. For example, on the time of March 21st and 22nd, the position of the Earth will be here, and on this period, the direct rays of sunlight falls directly on the equator. Equator is the central latitude which divides the Earth into two equal hemispheres, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So, the direct rays of sunlight falls directly overhead on the equator. So, the northern hemisphere and southern hemispheres are equally experiencing equal amount of heat energy during this period. That equal distribution of heat energy is known as equinox, and during this period it is called as vernal equinox or spring equinox. On this time, the Earth experiences spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn season in the southern hemisphere. So, after 3 months, the position of the Earth will be in this position, and during this position, the direct rays of sunlight, which is directly falls on the Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer is present on the northern hemisphere. So, the heat energy is rapidly or more spread on the northern hemisphere when compared to the southern hemisphere. This position is called as summer solstice. So, incoming solar energy greatest in the northern hemisphere. So, it makes the northern hemisphere to have summer season and the southern hemisphere to experience winter season. So, in northern hemisphere, during summer season, the Earth has longest day and shortest night, and in southern hemisphere, the Earth during this period experiences shortest day and longest night. This position is called as summer solstice. And after 3 months, the position of the earth will be here. Here, the same as vernal equinox, the direct rays of sunlight falls directly on the overhead of equator. So the sun's energy is equally distributed on both northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Here, the season which is experienced on the northern hemisphere is autumn, and southern hemisphere it experiences spring season. During the time of September 23rd, this equinox is called as autumnal equinox. And after 3 months, the position of the earth will be here. Here, the direct rays of sunlight falls directly on the southern hemisphere. That is on the Tropic of Capricorn, which is on the southern hemisphere. So the earth experiences large amount of heat energy and summer in the southern hemisphere, and in the northern hemisphere it experiences winter. This period is called as winter solstice. It occurs on December 21st or 22nd. So the incoming solar energy greatest in the southern hemisphere. It makes the earth to experience longest day in the southern hemisphere, shortest night in the southern hemisphere, and shortest day and longest night in the northern hemisphere. So based upon the position of the earth during different periods on the whole year, the seasons are majorly divided into 4 seasons: summer, winter, autumn, and spring. This inclination of the earth axis causes the earth to experiences different seasons during different periods of the year. We know that earth revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. Within the elliptical orbit, the sun is not exactly positioned at the center. It is slightly away from the center. So it makes our earth to experience different position on this different elliptical orbit, right? So the place on the elliptical orbit where the earth is closest to the sun is called as perihelion. In this position where the position of the earth is very closer to the sun, this period is called as perihelion. It occurs on January 3rd, and during the period on July 4th, the place on the elliptical orbit where the earth is farthest from the sun. This is the farthest distance from the sun, and on this period, on this day of July 4th, it will be called as aphelion. So on aphelion, the earth is farthest from the sun, and on perihelion, the earth is closest to the sun. Equinox is the equal distribution of sun's energy on both northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. On March 21st and 23rd September, direct rays of sun falls on the equator. So on both these days, the direct rays of sun falls directly on the equator. At this position, neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun. So both North Pole and South Pole is never tilted towards the sun. So the whole earth experiences equal days and equal nights. This is called as equinox. On 21st March, it is spring season in the northern hemisphere and autumn season in the southern hemisphere. This is called as vernal or spring equinox. And on 23rd September, it is autumn season in the northern hemisphere and spring season in the southern hemisphere. It is called as autumnal equinox. Summer solstice. On 21st June, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. The rays of the sun falls directly on the Tropic of Cancer. As a result, these areas receives more heat. So the North Pole is tilted towards the sun. So the direct rays of sunlight falls directly overhead on the Tropic of Cancer, which is on the northern hemisphere. So due to the direct rays on Tropic of Cancer, the northern hemisphere experiences more heat, and the southern hemisphere comparatively experiences less heat. The areas near the poles receive less heat as the rays of the sun are slanting. We know that due to the curved nature of our earth, the rays of sunlight moving away from equator towards poles, the intensity of the sun rays are decreasing due to this inclination. The North Pole is inclined towards the sun, and the places beyond the Arctic Circle experiences continuous daylight for about 6 months. Arctic Circle is the place of 66.5 degree north, right? And due to this inclination of North Pole, for a period of 6 months, during revolution, it will be 24 hours daylight on the northern pole regions. We have heard that Norway is a land of midnight sun, and Norway is moreover on the area between Arctic Circle and North Pole. So it makes those areas to experience 24 hours of daylight for a period of 6 months, while this North Pole is tilting towards the sun during its revolution. Since a large portion of the northern hemisphere is getting light from the sun, it is summer in the regions north of the equator. The longest day and shortest night at these places occur on 21st June. At this time in the southern hemisphere, all these conditions are reversed. In the southern hemisphere, it will be winter season and the nights are longer than the days. This position of the earth is called as summer solstice. Winter solstice. So during winter solstice, that is on 22nd December, the Tropic of Capricorn receives the direct rays of sun as the south pole tilts towards it. So the south pole is tilting towards the sun. The direct rays of sunlight falls directly on the Tropic of Capricorn, which is on the southern hemisphere. So the southern hemisphere experiences more amount of heat energy when compared to northern hemisphere. As the sun's rays falls vertically on the Tropic of Capricorn, a larger portion of the southern hemisphere gets light. Therefore, it is summer in the southern hemisphere with longer days and shorter nights. So there will be summer in the southern hemisphere, and it experiences on this day of 22nd December the longest day and shortest night. The reverse happens in the northern hemisphere. So the northern hemisphere experiences winter season during December, and the northern hemisphere having shortest day and longest night on 22nd December. This position of the earth is called as winter solstice. Apparent movement of the sun. In reality, we know that sun is at stationary position and earth only revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. But we are standing on the surface of the earth and we can't see the movement of our earth. So it appears to be sun is moving from one place to another place. That movement is called as apparent movement of the sun. And during different periods of a year, the position of the sun on the earth is differs on different time periods. So the position of the sun on March, where the direct rays of sunlight falls directly on the equator. So both the hemispheres, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, experiences equal amount of days and nights, right? So that is called as vernal equinox. And after 3 months, the position of the sun is directly overhead on the Tropic of Cancer. So on that position, on 21st day, it is called as summer solstice, where the northern hemisphere having summer and southern hemisphere having winter, and northern hemisphere having longest day, shortest night, and southern hemisphere having shortest day and longest night. And after 3 months, the sun is again placed on the equator. So it gives equal amount of heat energy on both northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. During this position, the northern hemisphere experiences autumn season and southern hemisphere experiences spring season. And after 3 months, on 22nd December, the sun is directly overhead on Tropic of Capricorn. On that position, on 22nd December, it will be called as winter solstice. During this period, the southern hemisphere having longest day and shortest night, and northern hemisphere having shortest day and longest night. Then we know that sun rises in the east and sets in the west, right? So during equinox, where the daytime and the nighttime are equally divided, 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. So at 6 a.m. sun rises and sets at 6 p.m. But during summer, we have longer days, right? So the sun rises earlier, that is 5 a.m. it rises and sets at later, 7 p.m. And during winter, our earth has shorter days and longer nights. So the sun rises later at 7 a.m. and sets earlier at 5 p.m. So this is the movement of our sun during different periods of our earth. On 21st June, we are experiencing summer solstice at latitude, right? So the sun, the movement of the sun appears to be longer. So we are experiencing longest day on 21st June. This is called as summer solstice. And during this summer solstice also, we know that the position of the North Pole is tilting towards the sun, right? So the northern hemisphere on the northern pole region, for a period of 6 months, the northern pole region experiences daytime for entire 24 hours, right? So it appears to be the sun appears even at the midnight. So the land of midnight sun, Norway, experiences 24 hours of daylight during summer solstice period. And on March 21st and September 23rd, it will be considered as a equinox, right? So it experiences equal amount of days and nights. So that is 12 hours of day and 12 hours of nights on both the hemispheres of Earth. And during winter solstice on the position of 21st December, it is experiencing the southern hemisphere experiencing longest day, whereas the northern hemisphere experiencing shortest day, right? So in northern hemisphere, that is 40° latitude of northern hemisphere, the earth is experiencing shortest day. So these are the different positions of sun, that is apparent position of sun during different periods of our year, based upon which our earth experiences in daytime and nighttime differs on different periods. Thank you.